Hi, my name is Julianne. I'm with Real Estate Jewel. Let me tell you about a pattern I see over and over in residential real estate. A seller decides it's time to sell. The sign goes up, the showings begin, an offer comes in. Everything looks like it's headed toward the closing table. Then the deal starts to unravel. The buyer inspection reveals things the seller didn't know about. Now the buyer is questioning what else might be wrong with the house. Now every system in the house is under suspicion. Contractors are called in, estimates begin to grow, the lenders start asking questions. What started as a small issue now begins to be a landslide. The buyers lose confidence in the house, the lender loses confidence in the deal, and sometimes the buyers walk. Now the seller is back on the market, and the new buyers, they know the deal failed. Now the seller's negotiating position is seriously compromised. That's when the deal starts the equity starts really disappearing. Not hundreds of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Most of the time it isn't because the house was overpriced. It's because, it started at the wrong point. The listing came first before any of the questions were really answered. Like, does the sale actually financially make sense for the homeowner? What risks are hiding behind the condition of the property? What preparation would make sense for the homeowner to do to prepare the home for the market? And how does the homeowner access these resources to do the preparation? So instead of starting with the listing, I start much earlier. The first step is consultation and feasibility. We sit down and we go through the numbers carefully. We go through the equity, the timing, the condition of the property, and the real economics about the decision to sell. Sometimes the answer is to move forward, and sometimes the answer is to wait and prepare. But once that path is clear, the property is approached the way an investor approaches an asset. We identify the improvements that actually drive value. We bring inspections forward so there are no surprises later. We assemble the right professionals, the contractors, the inspectors, the lenders, and others to prepare the property before it ever reaches the market. By the time the buyers walk through the door, the home presents the way it should. The major risks are already understood, and the seller negotiates from a position of strength rather than reacting to surprise. In other words, the most important work in a real estate transaction doesn't happen after the listing. It happens before the house ever reaches the market. It happens before anyone sees the product. That's where I focus my work. So if that's something you're interested in, give me a call. If you've already made some of those mistakes, I can help. So give me a call. I'd be happy to. Thanks.